Alright, so Apple is finally about to release iOS 18.1 to the public after a number of public betas and developer betas that we have been using, well, on our iPhone 16 Pro Max and our 15 Pro Max before. iOS 18.1 is obviously known to have the first Apple Intelligence features that are coming out, but they will not all be included in this build that's been talked about for a while now, iOS 18.1, 0.2, 0.3, probably 0.4, until we get all of those full features that Apple has teased. It's kind of a new direction for Apple. They're not actually releasing everything all at once. Instead of an annual cycle, they're kind of breaking it down and making it a little bit more unpredictable. Either way, it's not here nor there, but iOS 18.1 does represent a big improvement for your iPhones. Comment down below, out of all of these new features, what are you looking forward to the most to be using on your iPhone? Let's jump in and look at all of the features for 18.1. So jumping right into iOS 18.1, one of the biggest changes that you'll see across the OS is writing tools. This is not limited to one specific app. You will see it in Messages, in Notes, and a slew of other apps. So for this example though, I do want to just show you in Notes how it looks. So I created this little note earlier. We obviously had some hurricanes in Florida in the last few months or so. And really, writing tools will allow you to proofread text checks. It'll make sure your sentence structure is good. It'll include like word choice corrections. And you can suggest all the suggestions or tap and go through them one by one. You can rewrite things to clean up what you've written and do quite a bit here. So all you need to do, you can either highlight everything you want and you'll get a new pop-up for writing tools, or if you don't want to highlight it, you can see the new logo right there on the right-hand side. It is the Apple Intelligence logo with a pencil inside, and you can simply click that to pull up writing tools. When it's pulled up, like we said, you can see you have proofreading, rewrite, and you can rewrite in 3 different tones: friendly, professional, or concise. Let's go ahead and do friendly, and you will see just how quick it rewrote everything. So if you like it, you can keep it, or you can go back to the original. You can obviously say done if that's how you want to leave it. You can go back in writing tools as well and change this to a more professional tone. So you can see that it really changed the verbiage to make it, I guess, more proper. And then you can also go to a more concise description if you have a lengthy article here. So if you don't want to mess with that, you can obviously get a summary of what's written here. This is obviously much more beneficial if you have a lengthy article. You can copy, replace stuff, share it as needed, or you can actually create key points, which will give you bullet points. As you can tell right here, hurricane preparedness, recent hurricanes in Florida, which is exactly what this little article was about. And you can make lists and tables. You get the idea. I think that is a great addition that is going to be very useful across a lot of different areas. One of the most obvious changes that a lot of people are looking forward to is all of the Siri changes. Unfortunately, everything new is still not going to be in 18.1, but there is quite a bit new, especially the glow up with the new glow around the edges. So as you can see here, it's hearing us talk. It's running as you would assume it to. Let's go ahead and cancel this off. It has been very impressive and very quick, unlike Siri of years past. So it is much more contextual still now. You can actually keep talking to it more fluidly. It can tell if you pause in sentences and actually is smart enough to know what you're truly looking for. So yeah, there's a lot to it. Before we go into an example there, I do want to say, if you do want to press on the bottom to pull up that bar, you can ask Siri here, which is definitely very visually appealing, I have to say. They definitely really implemented this really good from a UI standpoint. So if I want to ask it something, what's the weather like in Orlando? What about the humidity? How long does it take to get there? You can see just how quick all 3 questions were answered. You can keep asking and asking and asking until you're done. It is smart enough to know, even in 18.1, that this is what you want to do. So I definitely think it is hugely improved. So the next big change that you're going to see is in Mail. You're going to have new summarize options in here. You're going to have time-sensitive messages letting you know. Priority notifications will be shown. Smart reply. Multiple notifications from mail will also be summarized like everything else now. But if you go into an email you have and just click on the top under summarize, if you don't want to read through this whole email that we got, it actually will let you know a summary of it. So you can see it says DJI Neo tutorials, tips, and accessories are available to enhance your flight experience. Explore tutorials, recommended accessories, and essential apps, all from just right here. And you can give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if it is right or wrong. And then if you go back in your other messages, if you do have something that you need is a priority that the notifications would think should be top of mind, it will give you that logo as well. Ironically enough, we just got this Apple market research item about a survey for the Apple Vision Pro. Again, if you don't want to read and see what it's about, summary option right up top. A couple seconds later, you have that summary. So I think it is pretty neat there. If you go into reply and you say reply all, and you want to go ahead and give it some feedback, you can do that here. It does give you smart replies, like you said. Great product. And it filled in everything we want. And it says Apple Vision Pro is a great product. It has a lot of features that are useful for everyday use. The interface is easy to use and the performance is excellent. Just like that, it worked pretty well. We'll cancel this. We don't want to send anything. Delete draft. Another change is going to be in messages. So when you go into messages now, you have another smart reply option. We're not getting one right now because we actually responded back earlier or last, so you won't see that. But you do get multiple messages notification as well. And more so, you have that writing tools again in here that I do want to show you. How is everything going today? Are you okay with the hurricane? Do you have any questions? And if we want to highlight everything there, we'll get the option for writing tools. And just like we showed you before, you have all of those options right at your disposal. Outside of that, obviously photos got totally revamped in iOS 18. And one of the big changes in 18.1 are creating a movie memory. So as you can see under memories here, you can create whatever you'd like. And let's just say October trips to Orlando. And it will curate from any photos you have with a very nice animation, everything done at that location. So geolocation, it can read if you have that turned on and put together everything for you. It is very cool. You can put 2024, you can put years in, specific people, whatever. But here is our movie that it automatically created for us. And sure enough, it is right from Universal Studios in Orlando. You do have natural language search as well in photos now, and search can also find specific memories even in video clips, so that is pretty neat as well. Lastly, search does offer up smart complete suggestions now if you're trying to narrow down what you're looking for. So if you say done and you want to say, it's smart enough to even know what a Cybertruck is, so you type in Cybertruck and you can see it pulled up all the pictures we have of either our Cybertruck or other Cybertrucks. One thing too in here is photos cleanup now. So say for instance, you go into a photo, you want to edit it. So you go in your edit options, you now have cleanup here. And this is not going to be a perfect example because there's really nothing you want to clean up. If there was, you would see some highlights and options in that Apple Intelligence pulsing color. But say for instance, you didn't like this right here, you can just circle it on the grass and it would attempt to remove it. And it did. So pretty cool as well. It is hard to do unless you want to zoom in. And then say, for instance, you want to remove the logo. That might be a little difficult. But look how well it worked. That was actually probably one of the quickest cleanup options I've seen done. Aside from these changes also, though, in your focus modes, there is a new one called Reduce Interruptions, as you can see here. And this will limit interruptions to only important notifications. So very helpful there. You do obviously, as we discussed prior, have notification summaries. So if you pull down here now, as you can see at the bottom, and actually every notification, it gives you this little arrow pointing right with a little summary. And you can see Magtame, Tina from Magtame brand wants to collaborate on promoting their latest products. And as well, you can see all of the collapse notifications here with a summary of those as well. So, a lot of new useful features here. The phone has call recording now as well, as you're aware of. Not too exciting for me personally, but some people might like that. One of the other exciting features I think is actually neat is if you use the Safari browser. And hypothetically, let's go back to The Verge, actually. That's a good one. Let's talk about this one. So it will give you a whole article summary if you have the reader mode turned on. So if you go into here and you can say show reader, now what you can do right in reader mode is get a summary, or at least it should show you one. So it was right there. I just missed it right from Jump Street. But instead of having to read this lengthy article here, all you have to do is hit that summary option. And as you can see, it is right there as well. Pretty neat to see. You will also have some Apple Intelligence reporting under privacy and security. You have the Apple Intelligence waitlist, which is going to be one of the biggest things that new players to Apple Intelligence will have to know about. If you go under settings in Apple Intelligence for the first time, you will have this option not turned on or off, but an option to say join waitlist. And once you get accepted, then you can toggle it as needed. So a lot to think about. Just keep that in mind. Also, this will only be US English from the start. It's not going to be available to developers in the EU or China or anything like that. So yeah, keep that in mind. But for now, that is the majority of everything I wanted to show you guys today. Comment down below your favorite feature. Let us know how you're feeling about 18.1, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.